Hello, so welcome to the latest episode of my little allotment diaries. I think it's the 27th of February today, so I thought I'd do like a little allotment tour, the February edition, but to be honest, the last couple of weekends I haven't been down here, either been busy or it's been like apocalyptic style weather. And I was actually quite happy when I came back to the allotment finally, after all that weather had passed, and not really much it's pretty much zero damage at all. There was a couple more broadbeans kind of a little bit windswept, but I'll show you them in a bit. Anyway, I'll do a quick allotment tour. Like I said, not much has changed since the last one, but yeah, we'll start at the beginning. So yeah, this is all still covered up. I managed to actually put in the little hooks now, so that's keeping it down a lot better, because the bits that when I ran out of hooks, you can see it's all come up, so I'll prop them down again. But yeah, not much going on. I do have a couple of little what are they, red currants to plant at some point, but that'll be easy enough to do. I'm going to put them by the black currants, then have the currants there, then the berries over there. But yeah, I've been basically forming a large pile of rubbish. So when I took the the old compost bin apart, it was all like this horrible plywood stuff and whatever, and it was all like coming out to about there, with all the old compost that I put on top of it. So I've moved a lot of it back into the compost bin. I managed to form like quite a nice pile of rubbish. So at some point I have to get down to the skip. I have to cut this board in half or into thirds because it weighs an absolute ton. But yeah, in terms of the composting pile, it's actually going down quite well. I'm going to keep this soil here because it's quite nice. I used the sieve to break it down and take out any roots and stuff like that, so I'm just leaving it there and using it to fill up the raised beds, but I'll show you that in a minute. And that stuff over there is basically half decomposed, well, like half formed compost anyway. So what I'm doing is basically putting it back in here, but I'm layering it with like kind of greens and then browns and greens and browns, and mixing in some like half composted stuff, and eventually that will keep them breaking down. That should be quite good to go. But yeah, so whilst it's still kind of here, it is kind of it's like in a progress, halfway there, done. I'll probably move it towards here, just to tidy it up a little bit. Yeah, so as you can see, I've been busy building some more raised beds. The little fruit corner, these two blackberries are doing absolutely nothing. I think they're done, so I think I'll buy some ones that are a bit more established, like those red currants, and plant them here. We've definitely got a cat or something. You can see these little prints, but they're not yeah, they're just prints. They're not anything digging anything up, so that's good. The blueberry is growing slowly but surely, so that's pretty cool. And the raspberry, look at that, it's doing quite well, I think. So leave them to it, and there's another new little bud coming up, so that's cool. And so the broadbeans, I've basically now just propped them, a lot of them up, because we have had some crazy weather. But it is interesting that these ones that I thought were getting leggy at home are the ones that have been suffering in the wind. But these ones that I basically planted as soon as they were like an inch high are doing really nicely. So yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on those. But so far so good with the broadbeans. Like I said, I'll just keep on propping them up. Then eventually, I've put in some poles here. I don't know if I'll use them, but I'll attach some string and use that to keep them up if they need it. There's another raised bed there. It's literally just the raised bed built, and obviously nothing in it. But yeah, but then this new raised bed, basically only doing 1 foot at a time, but I've direct sown some peas into there. I think they are the Hurst Green Shaft variety of peas, and so I haven't even put cardboard down on this. Literally just did a like a 2 or 3 inches of topsoil, which I got from over there, and then a bag of compost, like 1 bag of compost, and then just dug a little trench about 1 inch or so down. Sowed about, well, there's 80 peas in here, so I sowed about 80 peas on a nice line and then covered it up. So I think that should work. The only thing I think that I'd be risking is mice or rats or something digging up the peas, but this is kind of like just an experiment. If they do dig them up, then I want to direct sow again, but then I'll get, like, I don't know, some sort of cage to protect them. But yeah, that's about it for the February allotment tour. Doesn't feel like I've got much done, but actually I've got a lot of the heavy lifting stuff done, which is nice. Anyway, it's starting to get a little bit chilly now. I've been in a, well, jeans and t-shirt all day, but yeah, I shall leave it there, nice and short, because there isn't that much of an update. And yeah, I'll check in with you next weekend with another little update. Right, cheers, bye.